All right, y'all. What is good, y'all? Y'all know what it is. It's your boy DJ Liqwid, and we is back with Lights on Live, the podcast. Listen, we've been gone for about a good 2 weeks, making it seem like the smaller you get more. I guess you can build a pain tolerance with the needles, but if every area is different, you can't really. I guess you gotta feel some type of pain.
Right.
Cause if every area different, you touching different stuff. You can't really prepare for that if you don't have a.
Well, it ain't no whole sleeve. Now I'm gonna cut you off right there. I mean,
it's a half.
It ain't even no half sleeve, but it's a nice little piece. It's a, it's a nice piece. It's on the corner of your.
I'm gonna get the other side.
You call that a quarter?
It's a quarter, probably a quarter
sleeve. Yeah, but it's hard though. It's hard for real. But
I'm probably gonna get another quarter on the other side.
Pain tolerance though. What you feeling on that?
To be honest, bro, I would say like people like I actually watched a pain tolerance video on YouTube, and people kept saying like I forgot who this dude was, but he was saying that the outside of the arm was supposed to be a 3 out of 10 or 4 out of 10, and I'm just like I get the tattoo and it's on 10.
Yeah,
like I'm
it's
in there.
Gonna be like that.
I'm in there like, dang, like when he was hitting my funny bone on the tat, like that hurt. So exactly, Cortlin, you done hit your funny bone before, probably. Imagine getting your funny bone tatted, and he wasn't even like I'm. Now in the video, he did say that the funny bone, he was accurate on the funny bone and the elbow part. He was like the elbow gonna be the worst, but it felt like he was on my elbow when he was on the funny bone.
That's
so I'm in there like, well, damn, I want more tats up this whole arm. I wonder how painful the elbow is if the funny bone was like this.
And no numbing cream, huh?
No numbing cream.
None of it. I like. You don't need it for real.
I kind of want to use it now. It's funny because I kept telling everybody how much I was gonna get some numbing cream, how much I was gonna buy some and use it.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I did not. I toughed it out. But it's funny because the person that I had went with, she was like, you know, it was some numbing cream on the table, right? She's sitting there playing with it the whole time.
You gotta pay for that shit though. I mean, you supposed to.
At the shop.
Maybe she was fucking with you, but you supposed to. I know people who charge like 40 or 50 or something like that per session.
It's crazy.
Dog, yeah, that's how much it usually costs that much. If you buy it yourself, it usually costs that much. Or it can cost. They have different brands, different. I don't know if it's different levels of numbing. I don't know if some of them are better than others. I know there's some that's more expensive. I watch videos on it. I've been watching videos for everything, but I was definitely watching videos before I got this tat. And
I guess that's what's up though, man. I'm glad you experienced your first one.
Yeah,
finally.
Hell yeah, finally.
Finally, my man's team tatted now.
Yes.
Hell yeah, I had to join this club.
Joined the club.
So, who we here with though?
I got my cousin here, Quan, y'all.
Damn, is that who I'm here?
Got my cousin here, Quan.
Is that what we going with?
He also go by Q.
I'm good with it. I really ain't got no name.
He really ain't got no name, but I call him Q sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, of course, everybody call me Q, but you know what I'm saying? When it comes to this, whatever this light is, I feel like I still ain't developed my tag yet, but you know. I might fuck with that actually. Call me Quan. Call me Quan. That's the tag right there. Call me Quan.
Yeah, y'all already know what it is. We go way back, y'all. This my cousin, y'all, from Knoxville, from deep in the country, y'all. I'm saying like
talking about dirt road.
Like for real.
Hell yeah.
And last but not least, see, I forgot the last podcast. I'm not gonna forget y'all. We got my little brother Cortlin.
Yes, sir.
The football player.
Yes, sir.
The lamplighter.
He got a long
list of stuff, y'all. He been doing a bunch. He started working. He got a job now.
Got a long list of things.
He really out here with it.
He knocking off the list.
Mr. Swiper.
Yeah, man. Shout out Mr. Swiper. He said Mr. Swiper. You was not swiping, but y'all, give it up for my little bro, man, Cortlin, bro. Shout out to my little bro, man. He came to the podcast. He came to one of them one time, but I forgot to introduce him that time, mainly because he wasn't really saying much, and we was also packed. He was quiet. He was quiet on that show.
Y'all been doing this for a minute too, ain't you?
Yeah, man. I want to say for at least 8-9 months, man.
Yeah. It takes some dedication, man.
Yeah, bro. It really do, for real.
But y'all having fun with it?
We is having fun with it. We've been having a lot of fun.
That's good.
I definitely want to have, this going to be a very, family oriented, you know what I'm saying?
I can see it being fun, too. I mean, shit, I'm already having fun, man. And it's only been what we... But yeah, man, I kind of wanted to get into some stuff with you, and figure out kind of what got you started into this.
Into podcasting?
Into podcasting, into what you say your name was at the beginning, DJ Liqwid. So I wanted you to kind of explain that to me and let me know how you kind of got into that.
Well, really, I guess I'll start with DJing because that's the first avenue that I
That's
took.
where your heart is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I say my heart really in a lot of creative areas.
Yeah,
I'll say
I can tell
I
that.
really don't just have it embedded in DJing. I just have it embedded in just being creative and sticking to stuff and you know just having a plan, being consistent.
Right.
But I'll say like I started with DJing when I was like back in high school.
Yeah.
I had started working at East End, the skating rink, and
that's out of Memphis.
Yeah, it's in Memphis. It's in East Memphis, one of the best, well, literally the best rink in Memphis to go to. Shout out, but I started working there just regularly, and this manager there, she was the assistant manager. She had the assistant manager. She had ended up giving me the DJ position because we had a DJ there, but the DJ that we had there, he really didn't care about his job because mainly everybody got $7.25, regardless of what position you played, whether you was a DJ or
that's
wherever.
What it was. That's
so he wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I can't lie. He was trying to get his bread elsewhere. He was trying to make more money elsewhere because he had kids and he just had a lot more responsibilities. So, you know, all in all, me knowing that about him, I really wasn't even sweating it. I ain't really care about it. It wasn't really affecting my workflow. It wasn't really affecting none of that. It was a cool little job, you know? Had a lot of good exercise or whatever. But one day I was just in the room and the assistant manager, she was this older white lady. She was middle-aged, you know, and she was just frustrated trying to work the music because he wasn't there. He was supposed to, he would be on the schedule and he wouldn't come in. And I would say that was kind of one thing that was like making, it didn't really affect me, but it made them mad.
Right.
So like one day I was just sitting in the box office with her and she was frustrated. She was like, "Hey Cordell, can you please like work this? Like I just don't know." And then I was like playing the music and you know what I'm saying, she liked it. It was literally just a CD player. You put two CDs on two different sides, you switch between the CDs. But I was just trying to pick the best songs on the CDs so folks actually liked it. You know what I'm saying? It was cool, it was chill.
Vibing to it though.
Yeah. And she was like, "Wow, Cordell, I didn't know you
know
could
what
do
you're
that."
doing.
But I literally was just playing a CD player. It was something normal to me because I used to always have CD players.
Right, of course. I mean, and plus when you young, that's kind of like, you know, when you coming up in a certain generation, you gonna get used to technology. You feel me? And that, to be honest, that wasn't even technology for real. That was just listening to music. You feel me? So I understand that.
And like, what ended up happening was like from there, she just started putting me in the DJ booth and started like scheduling me just for DJing. And I ended up just, one thing about me is just that like, for some reason, I don't know why, but everything that I just do and everything that I put my hands on, I've always just taken it so seriously. And I don't know where that comes from, but I don't want to say too seriously. My fault. I don't want to say too seriously, but like just like, I don't know, I just get real passionate about everything. So like when she said that, I was geeked. I had downloaded this free DJ software, Virtual DJ. I had started downloading music. I was just working on my computer, this little cheap ass HP computer that I had. And then from there, I just was saving up them checks from $7.25 an hour. Till I bought my first turntable. I bought a Pioneer SB2. I still got that junk today. Like I was just rocking from there with that, and then like I was just kind of building. Like folks was actually liking me. I just started to get comfortable with, you know. I wasn't doing the adult sessions. I was doing the kid sessions. Right. But it was kind of like teens there and stuff. Yeah. Right. So like folks was kind of like, I was starting to meet folks. Folks was actually kind of like messing with.
You just building your foundation.
Yeah. Because I was actually, they used to actually have DJs all the time. For real? On like even the Saturday nights when the kids was there. But then what happened was like the rink just started kind of declining in terms of just like how much people, I can't lie, like the newer generations of people are more inside with stuff. So it's kind of just like,
times definitely done that.
It's kind of just like kids was like, it wasn't really as hype as it used to be. And because of that, the DJs kind of left. A lot of the DJs that probably DJ'd there kind of moved on and did their own thing. There's this one DJ that we have that's been rocking there for a while. He's still rocking there. And it's a couple DJs that's been around. But to be honest, like, things just changed. Like, they changed the music system from even just DJs being up there to this little computer during the week. So it's like, it's this little automated computer that plays these old-ass songs from, like, 2015 to 2017 for some reason. And, like,
Them and just stay on rotation.
Yeah. And after that, I had just left. But that was when, around that time, it was actually, no, when I was starting, it was like CDs.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, I was like, okay, I can actually like DJing. So I would just, sometimes I would just come up there and DJ.
Right.
Like, straight up, like,
Right.
I wouldn't even be on the clock.
Right.
I'm just
having
I'm
fun.
just like, I'm finna come up there and turn these niggas
Just love
up.
this shit, man.
Right. And
Yeah,
so, like,
that's the passion for it.
but then after that, I just realized how good I was. And I was also in college at the same time. So I was just like, hey, bro, can I get a raise
Yup.
DJing stuff? Because it was starting to become a lot of work.
How'd that work out for you?
No, I didn't get the raise. He just started lying, saying,
Of
like,
course. That's
oh,
some
it's kind of,
BS.
I'm struggling paying other people. But then I found out that new people was coming on. Like, there was these two brothers, and you know what I'm saying? I don't got no beef with them because
Right.
this was completely
Yo,
the manager's fault.
We ain't calling no brothers
Yeah,
out.
we're not
like
calling.
that.
I'm not
We ain't-
calling.
Right.
I ain't have no beef with them specifically because they had nothing to do with it. But they came on getting like $10 an hour, and it was funny because there was people that was working there for years. They started out getting $7.25, and then they was working to get $8. Trying their best to get 8 and 9, and these folk came on at 10. So I'm figuring out everybody getting these little different wages.
Right.
So after
and I'm
that,
doing the most.
right. Well, I don't know. It was different because you know them putting up them skates and cleaning them was hard, and cleaning up the rink because folks would be dirty. But
I
like,
hear that.
I don't know. After that, I just kind of left and did my own thing with DJing. Like, that was when I started just doing my own private thing with DJing, trying to just like build my own name. So once I went to college, I just got a couple friends and we would just go to parties.
Right.
We would just go to parties and just like at some parties I would just talk to people that lived in the house, whichever frat house it was, and I would just be like, hey, like, can I like DJ? I'm a DJ, like I'm lit, like let me turn y'all shit up real quick. And some of them would let me. Some of them would let me. Some of them was saying that they was gonna let me, and I'll pull up and they wouldn't. It was a trial and error type situation. But then I ended up moving into clubs, DJing for clubs, DJing for the clubs events, and then like from there, I taught like a class in Maine. My sister had got me connected with this school she was working with that had these young kids that wanted to like do musical stuff, and I went up there and taught them like some stuff. I done did like some events like in Niagara Falls, like some, and probably about like I done DJ'd in probably about like at least like 15, 20 different states.
Right.
Like,
So you was talking about going to college now. So what college did you go to?
I went to Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. It's a small engineering university in Troy, New York. It's not really a good. I mean, it's a great school. Don't get me wrong. It's rigorous. It's very academically challenging, but at the same time, in terms of just like the college life and the college experience, it really didn't have all of that. Like, it wasn't that type of school.
My man's got to be smart. What the hell was your major?
I was a mechanical engineer at school.
Damn.
So I did mechanical engineering and I minored in psychology.
Yeah, definitely got to be smart. And I could already tell that from your, you know what I'm saying, from your work habits and your determination and perseverance through, you know what I'm saying, just the little things like that. Well, not to say little things, but that's what's up, man. Hell yeah, I'm good to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, glad to hear that. So, I guess from that point on, what was the path that you took? Was you still kind of like into the DJ thing, the DJ scene, or?
So from there, I had started trying to like get into designing clothes.
Oh, okay.
But I stopped.
Was you always into that?
I kind of was, just for myself though. I was really just into tailoring at first. I was just like trying to tailor my own clothes and make my stuff fit right. And then I got into just doing like these different types of patchwork on my jeans and just making stuff look cool.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember that too. Cause yeah. Like he said before, we you know what I'm saying, we kind of grew up together. I would notice that, you know what I'm saying, you would pull up and this nigga used to try to make his own shoes. Like,
I would paint shoes. Yeah, I would paint shoes and shit. Yeah.
This nigga used to make his own shoes and whatnot. And so, like, over time, I would notice that, yeah, you make your own shoes. Like you said, you would start trying to design your own clothes, and then you started getting into, she was into fashion shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, at school and stuff, we would have fashion shows, and I would like be a part of those.
Designing your own type of fabric, or not fabric.
The last year
designs.
my last year, I did the fashion show and I designed for the fashion show.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hell yeah.
But then after COVID started, I had ended up slowing down a lot with it. I had just honestly stopped and I went on a halt with it just because I kind of wanted to take the time to plan it out and really figure out what my concept was.
Right. Yeah.
And what my purpose was gonna be with that. And I'm honestly still trying to figure that out now. That's why I haven't really just like shown anything with it. Just really kind of felt like I was all over the place with it. I was also trying to get other stuff set in stone. Like with producing, I was trying to learn how to be a producer. And then with the podcast and stuff, that ended up coming about.
Right.
So, and then not only that, but I was also just trying to figure. I was also at a point in time where I had to take care of myself. So I had to also use my degrees so that I could get means to fund everything. And that was one of the first things that took the longest.
So you hear that, kids? You got to find yourself some type of career path where you're gonna make money and then you can have fun for real.
And thing about it is, the one thing I feel like, speaking on that, the one thing I feel like is misconstrued when it comes to chasing careers and chasing dreams is people always try to advertise you to do it a certain way, and people always try to get you to like only stick to one thing. I stick to like 50 different things, and I've made money off of multiple things. You don't have to stick to one thing. It's just that you have to figure out what the path. You can do everything, but you can't do everything at once.
Right.
You have to figure out how to use this thing to get here, so that you can get to these two places, and then them places is gonna get you here. Like, and that's one thing. That's why I use college. I can honestly say I'm a mechanical engineer, and I like mechanical engineering, but I don't care for being a mechanical engineer as much as I care for all of this other creative stuff that I do. I do, but at the same time, like I don't want to say that I don't care for it as much, because I really do. I like it for what it teaches me and how, and I like how it helps develop my thought process.
Right.
And I also just like contributing. I like what mechanical engineering does for the world, and I like how it allows for me to contribute to the world.
And your pockets, of course.
True, and the pockets, and that's another thing. Like the pockets, like you get to make money to where you can actually invest in stuff that you like. Kids, like if you watching, bro, like okay, you might not want to go to school, but take everything that people say. You can even though you might not like what people tell you when they telling you how to make money, or when they telling you to go to school, or when they telling you to get a job, you might not like that, but you're gonna have to figure out how to use that to actually get what you want. Because the thing about it is, you don't have to have this story. I didn't want to have the story of like, because a lot of people, like, you know what I'm saying, they want to chase their dreams, and that's cool, but like sometimes they don't have the means behind it, because sometimes that might be the only thing that they're focused on, or they might like have a job that doesn't really allow for them to expand that much. And I understand that, because I used to, like I said, I used to make like $7.25 an hour. I used to work at GameStop, and I was only making $25 a week every 2 weeks.
The bare minimum. That's called
$25 every 2 weeks.
That's called minimum wage right there.
Like every 2 weeks, I was working at a GameStop making like $25 because I was only getting 2 hours a week.
Right.
So it was kind of like, I understood like trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, like you want to do something creative but you can't fund it. I wanted to be in a situation where I was just like, okay, I'm gonna be able to feed myself, clothe myself, shelter myself, and I can throw bread towards it, right, and do it comfortably, instead of like having to like sleep on this dude's couch, still live over here, and I respect take a L on this because I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Big like facts. It's just like, I respect that. And early on I had to make like, the thing about it is that like getting to this point wasn't really easy. Like early on I've had to make a lot of damn sacrifices to, like, I've had to like say no to certain things. I've had to like miss out on certain things. I've had to, like, you know what I'm saying?
I already know. Like, let me get back on something else, because I know you touched on this at one point. You said something about and I didn't mean to cut you off, but you said something about music production. So let me jump over there to you. You in the music. How you feeling about my man's, you know what I'm saying, you didn't got to listen to his beats and things like that, yeah. So what I want to ask you is, do you have any interest in I guess exploring that realm of things? So like you fuck with the music. Okay, so what would you like to do in that realm, I guess, or where do you see yourself fitting in?
I saw myself like being like producing.
You like production and stuff like that? Yeah. I feel you. Do you feel like he got a big influence on that, or is that just some?
I mean, yeah, DJing, it really has like a lot to do with production because
Right. I hear you. I hear that. Yeah, man. I feel like you should definitely step into that if that's something that you know what I'm saying. Right now, I feel like you at the age where you can kind of like at least step into something, test it out for a little bit, and then see how you like it. And then if you don't, man, shit, you got enough time to keep on bouncing. You know what I'm saying? But